Hey guys! I always wanted to do a paint pour, but the actual products that you normally use for that are a little pricey, so I ended up trying to do one with some craft paint. I got all these paints from AC Moore, and yeah, we're just gonna see how it turns out. So let's get started. So here I'm just adding the different colors to 2 cups. I'm actually going to follow the kissing method, which is what people refer to when you use 2 cups and you pour them together at the same time onto the canvas. So in one, I'm going for a lot more cooler colors, and one's a little bit more warmer toned. Then we're just pouring those together. Looks a little muddy, not as pretty as normally with paint pours, but I think we can salvage it. So we're just moving around our canvas as much as possible, getting any drips off of that. Yeah, and I decided that I didn't add enough paint, so I'm just adding some black to the corners. I wanted to really go for a little bit more contrast with this. I think the fun thing about paint pours is that you can really just do whatever you want, and whether you're an artist or not, you can really just add as much or as little detail, you can use as many or as little colors, and it really always ends up turning out into something pretty interesting and pretty neat. So we're just going to make sure that each of the sides are coated. That's why I'm kind of holding up the canvas there. And I decided to just kind of drizzle on some more of that gold color I have. I think that added a nice texture. Yeah, the most important part of doing any type of art is always just to have fun. Even if it doesn't turn out great, you're always going to want to make sure that you have a good time, because otherwise that time was kind of wasted, you know? So that's how it turned out so far, so we're just going to let that dry. I think it looks pretty cool at this point. The purple kind of reminds me of geoids, or like amethyst almost, like a type of crystal or some sort. So that's how that looked before we let that dry. And once it dried, we ended up adding some adhesive for the gold leaf. So here I'm just kind of adding that in. I wanted to put a lot at the top part and kind of just ease off from there. I wanted to go for more of a galaxy/star look for that. Adding the gold leaf is completely optional. I just decided to add a little extra flair with this. So then we just add the gold leaf, and as you can see, I'm kind of moving that around with my fingers, seeing where it sticks, where it doesn't, and making sure that we have as much coverage as possible. You're just going to want to pat that down. You're going to want it to be pretty flat. It's important to make sure that that adhesive is completely dry before you do that step. Let that sit out for at least half an hour. I let it sit out, I think, for like 45 minutes, just in case. And I just went with an older paintbrush in my finger and tried to get some of that off. So once we have all the excess off, we're going to add in our sealer. I decided to put this on the whole canvas just so everything would have the same finish. And be sure to cover the sides as well, just so it all looks the same. And yeah, so this is how that turned out. I think it looks pretty neat. This is my first paint pour, so obviously it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to have as much flow as when you use the standard paint pour ingredients. Craft paint tends to be a little bit chunkier. I think it turned out pretty neat, and it's definitely beginner friendly. Yeah, so I hope you guys liked today's video. I post every Sunday and sometimes Wednesday. I've got a lot planned for you guys the next couple months, so I hope you guys stay tuned. And yeah, see you later.
If you'd like to see more content, please hit subscribe.